Hello, I'm Kelly and welcome to my Flosstube channel, Animal Instinct. It's Sunday, June the 2nd, 2024 and I'm back with another cross-stitching update. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you're well and I hope you're enjoying your stitching or whatever it is that makes you happy. Thank you to all of my existing subscribers and welcome if you're new. So I've made it to the end of a month to film, so hopefully from here on in I will be able to do monthly videos again. I got a little bit out of whack with the timing earlier this year. It's been a busy one and I think it's been about 6 weeks since I last filmed. So stitching wise it's been mixed, I guess. I had some really good stitching time and other times where I've had like a whole week of nothing. But I've got a nice lot to share with you today. What else has happened? I went to the VicStitches retreat in Shepparton, Victoria back at the start of May and had a great time. It was really nice to catch up with friends and meet new friends. I've got a little bit of haul to share at the end. It's really just a raffle prize that I won. I was pretty chuffed about, but I'll wait till the end to share that. So yeah, so let's get into stitching. I think I've got about 8 projects to share today. So let's get into it. First one is Lola cross stitch the Deadly Aquarium stitch along. I think I was still working on the frame last video, so I went ahead and finished the frame ready for the first exhibit, which was about a week ago, and then the second one's just come out this weekend. They seem to come out middle of the night for Australia, so on a Friday night, so when I wake up Saturday it's there in my inbox ready to go. This is where it's at all up at the moment. And I'm really liking it. It's on 28 casual linen from Picture This Plus in Jazz. So it's got those sort of purple flecks through it. The first exhibit was the moray eel. And I love moray eels. I used to really enjoy finding them when I was diving. I don't really dive anymore, but they were always interesting and you'd find them hiding in little hidey holes and they'd come out and talk to you. And then there's the diver who didn't make it and his diving helmet. So that's come out really nicely. And then I've made a start on the second one. I'm just working my way down. So it's like a kelp forest, all this green. It comes all the way down to the chest. And in here somewhere is the cutest little pufferfish and I can't wait to stitch him. So pretty simple but very effective. So I'm not sure how many more exhibits will be out by the time I film next, but I really do hope to keep up with this one. But famous last words. There it is again. Okay, next up is one that I haven't worked on. I don't think I've touched it this year until now. I think I picked this up just after I filmed last, so I can't even remember. It feels so long ago. And it was something I started towards the end of last year, and it's Nora Corbett's Moon Glow. And called for fabric is Mediterranean Sea Linen by Witchy. I don't have that, but I had something fairly similar and I really like how it's looking. I will put a photo in of where this was at the end of year whip parade, I think. That's the latest photo I'd have. And I've actually put 4,500 stitches into this piece since then. And this is how she's looking. Just love it. So I'm pretty sure I'd just done like some of the hair and maybe that. She's got some like patterns on her body And so I finished off her, finished off the blanket that she's sitting on, and I've done all the foliage on this side. So I've got the moon, there's plenty to go. There's a big moon here. This is replicated on this side, and then there's all the night sky, which is a combination of stitching and beads. So what I haven't done through here is any of the beads. Got quite a few to do. I think I'll just leave them till the end. So it's a piece of 32 count Belfast linen in antique teal by XG Designs. And it's a bit greener than it's looking. It's a bitterly cool day here. Clearish skies, thankfully. But yeah, it's cold out there. I think it was 1 degree this morning when I woke up. It's a bit of a shock to the system. The next one. So a little bit of backstory. I'm trying not to have unplanned or spontaneous new starts this year just because I've got plenty of whips. And I've done very well with that. Like, we are almost halfway through the year and I'm doing pretty well. But I have had, well, I don't know, I think this kind of falls into a planned start, because if I'd known it was happening, it would have been in my plans. But I'm going to put the designer's name here because I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. And it's this year's kind of project where they recruit lots of different stitches, or you actually just fill out a form and ask to be involved. They send you like a frame from an animation sort of thing. You stitch the frame to their specifications, like using the right Ada, and I think it was 3 strands of thread, position it in a certain sized hoop correctly, and then they give you nice clear instructions on how to photograph it too, and at the end they put them all together, speed them up, and then you've got this really fun little animation. So last year I think it was a tadpole that turned into a frog, and this year it is a squid. And I was chuffed when I got my piece because I have 2 squids on mine. So I'm wondering if they're going to meet or something. Anyway, this was a start, a finish, and an FFO in one day, and I just need to photograph find an interesting background to photograph it on and send them through. But that is it. I'm pretty happy. I know at least one person just kind of got a blob to stitch. So at least you can sort of see what they are. So cute. It's the worst ever lacing I've ever done, but I just wanted it done. So that's like, that never even happened. Start, finish, FFO, fully finished, done. All right, next up is another whip. It is Love by Dany Lizeth. I'll pop the cover photo in here. And I was going to work on this on my birthday and I didn't. But I have put about 1,100 stitches in. So here's a picture of where it was. And here it is now. So this is a Gecko Rouge kit. But I changed out the fabric and it's on a 25 count Lugana. I think is it Stormy Skies? It's 1/1 full cross. And we're slowly getting there. You still cannot tell it's a cat. Up here is its ear. Can you see? But I've been I'm actually working my way up. So slowly, but I have found an error somewhere. I need to go back to it. I found it at the retreat. I don't think I necessarily made the error at the retreat, but I found the error and I need to, I'm not going to fix it. I just want to stitch around it correctly so that I know that I'm not counting stitches off the wrong stitch, if that makes sense. So it's so abstract, you'll never know. But yeah, I just want to make sure counting from here on in, I'm not going to make even more mistakes. So that's not going to be a problem. I just need to sit down and figure out what I've done. That's coming along very slowly, but it's beautiful. I love the colours. I have not gone in my normal order, so I'm a bit thrown because normally I would do finishes at the start. But anyway, here's another finish. I showed this last time. I was really close to finishing it then, and I did go ahead and finish it. And it's Foolish Mortals by the Witchy Stitcher. Looks great. It's on a piece of 28 count opal casual linen from Chromatic Alchemy, and it's called Flotsam and Jetsam. I stitched it 2/2 using Silks for You PR070 for the black, and I did find the glow in the dark DMC for the eyes. I haven't tried them yet. I should actually try that out. I didn't have much to go, just some lettering down here and the eyes. This is one of the spooky starts I did with Jo from VicStitches. We've done, I think it's 15 in the last 2 years, spooky starts in October, both Octobers. So it's nice to have a finish. I've had a couple of finishes now, but there's still plenty on the list, and they're all fun to stitch on. So, and I actually have another one coming up too. Just show that one now. So next one is another spooky start, and it is Book of Shadows by Living on a Rainbow. So this is the one that you make into a little book, and I'm very keen to do that. Can't wait. Going to probably be challenging, but that's okay. So I'm still working on the book cover, which is done on 16 count 8. Yeah. The pages are done on different fabric, and I'm following it exactly to make sure that I can work out how to fully finish it properly. So I'll pop a photo in of where it was last time if I have one. Not sure if I have one. Here it is now. Oh, that's just a crease. It looks like a mark, but it's just a crease. So what I've done, I've gone forward and I've gone backwards. I have stitched all the gold Courtenay in there. So that's the back cover, that's the spine, and that's the front cover. And all of the Courtenay is, or the gold Courtenay is done. All of the DMC on the back cover's done, except for back. There's a lot of back stitch on this door. It's kind of like got a spiderweb kind of effect with this thread. I started and I ran out of steam. I don't know if you can maybe just see a little bit of it. I'm missing this colour Courtenay, so I still need to get to that. And I did have these snakes. I did have stitched, and I mentioned last time, I've mentioned before, I think there was a labelling error on the spools of Courtenay, and another viewer has said that the same happened to them too. So the called for is like this really bright green, and it really stands out on the model and on other people's stitching, as I've now seen. But the Courtenay that I received was much darker and you could barely see it. So I decided to frog it in the end. I wasn't going to, but I changed my mind. It was so hard to frog. It took me ages. There's not many stitches really, just the snakes in the four corners, but it was all around the DMC. It took forever because I didn't want to, ruin any of the other stitching. Anyway, do not recommend frogging Courtenay when you've already stitched DMC around it. Anyway, that's coming along nicely. I'll just keep chipping away. I really want to get this done by the end of the year. The next couple are, I've got Flosstube itchy nose, sorry. Something's bothering me. The next couple are Mermaids, so it has been May, so Mermania. I forgot actually about Mermania, and I was planning on stitching on Mermaid's Folly anyway, and then yeah, was reminded, so that was good timing. So Mermaid's Folly, I'll pop a photo in of the cover and also where I was last time. So last May I managed to stitch a whole column of pages, which is, I think it's 2.5 pages. And I set myself a goal of doing that again this time, but I didn't get there. Just seems to be the way this year's going. But anyway, I did enjoy stitching on it, and I got one of the pages done. Sorry, it's a bit fluffy. Right, so this is where it is. Hang on. So I can see what I'm showing. There we go. That is how much I've done. And then what I've done recently is basically like that, I think. So creepy old man is coming into view, and if I'd managed to get all of that done, which obviously I haven't, I would have, I think I would have finished her. Maybe there would have been a little bit more, but just loving it. So this is on 40 count linen from Picture This Plus in Murky, and I'm using DMC 3371, just stitching with one strand of thread over two. And I think it looks amazing. So happy with what I got done, not disappointed that I didn't get it all done. It'll come. I'm not in a rush. And then my other mermaid piece, also I already had planned to work on because I'd worked on it at the VicStitches last year, so I thought I'd take it again, and then it's May, so Mermania. I've finished the stitching now on this one. I wasn't going to include the text, but then I saw there was a beautifully finished piece at the retreat on display at the brag table. It looked fantastic. And I saw Joe's too, and I decided that I needed to include the text. I'm not happy with her face, the way the back stitching has been charted, and I've had a bit of a play with it, and I need to take it out and just keep playing with it until I'm happy. But the only thing I've got left on here now are the beads. Let's just show you. And there was some backstitch through her hair, but I didn't really like it, so I left that out. Just kind of been doing my own thing. It's on a piece of 30 count linen called Pirates, I think, from the Primitive Hare, and this is Primitive Hare pattern. But yeah, I need to attend to her face and get beads, and then she'll be done. And I've just got one last project. So to get to the retreat, I had to get a plane and then a train and then drive. And so I took my little travel kit. I got this from Taryn of Teaser Handmaids. She's on Facebook. Last year's retreat, and it's perfect for this one. It is Heartstring Sampleries. Oh, I think I've been calling it the wrong thing. Anyway, Coffee Drinker's Confession. This one. It's a nice small little project. Even better because I'm doing it on 40 count linen, so it's tiny, so my little fabric is not big. I've got the threads. I'm using Itchy Stitchy Threads, which is an Australian company. I just subbed out all the DMC or the recommended DMC or you know, fancy floss. I don't think I can't remember when I've been working on this. I definitely haven't been recording stitches or anything. I'll pop a photo in of where I was at the end of the year whip parade, because that might be the last time I showed it. But I have this one like when I go to the hairdresser and things like that. And I got quite a bit on my travels. Unfortunately, coming home, my train was cancelled and I had to get a bus, which wasn't so much fun. It's not quite so easy to stitch on. This is where it's up to. So what have I done? I can't remember. I've done the coffee beans down the bottom, I reckon. And I've finished the coffee beans at the top. And oh yeah, I've clearly been working on this bird. But it doesn't have too much to go. The coffee beans are the top and bottom border, so. This is 40 count linen, like I said, it's from XG Designs and it's called Smoky Chimney. And I just like how it looks like it's got coffee stains on it. Okay. So that's all my stitching, and then I have my little win from the retreat, and I've got it housed in a bag that I bought there from Silks For You. I just couldn't go past this bright bird fabric. With the raffle, there were about 12 prizes, and each time a name was drawn, you'd go up and you could take your pick from what was left of the prizes. And I was lucky enough to get first pick. So I got to pick whatever I wanted. And I chose a $100 voucher from Cottage Garden Threads, which I was chuffed about. I was so surprised when my ticket got called, I couldn't believe it. So I think I spent another maybe $20 to get a few extras, but $20 for this bundle is pretty good. So I won't go through them all individually, I'll just sort of show you. I kind of went for the ones that were less variegated, because they have a lot that are like out there variegation, and I have trouble stitching with those. So as you'll see, these ones, there is variegation in the colour, but it's not dramatic. I think the first 6 are from the VicStitches range. She's collaborated with them, and I think these are made specifically for some of her patterns. But just to give you an idea, these ones, and these are also VicStitches. Love this leather bound one in the middle. And the rest were, I think, from their normal range. I actually have a bit of an idea of what I want to do with some of these, I think, but it's just an idea sort of percolating at the moment. So if it comes to fruition, I'll let you know. These ones. And they're really hard to show. These ones. Oops. And these ones. And blue is so pretty. And then I had one that is quite variegated, I guess. You'll see the colours. I just love the colours, so I went for it. So like I said, I've kind of got an idea what I want to do with some of them, but otherwise I look forward to finding ways to use those up in the future. I'll I was also interviewed at the retreat. Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs interviewed a few floss tubers, Aussie floss tubers. So if you're interested in seeing that, it was a bit weird, like being on camera with someone else, because I don't think I've really done that before. But it was fine, it was fun. I'll pop a link to her channel below. But yeah, can't say enough. I really enjoyed it, appreciated getting away for a few days and had lots of fun stitching with other stitches. Coming up in June, no real plans, so we'll see. I really need to come back to Firefly. I know. And maybe it'll happen in June, but no promises. All right, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy stitching. See ya.